I knew a guy who did some construction work in somewhere in East Africa, and the guy had to go to the world courts of business in order to recover or get paid for the work he did.
In Kenya, you said you might get paid for work, or you might get paid later, you might not get paid, or you may have to bribe someone to get paid what's rightfully yours. In Kenya, you said you might get paid for work, or you might get paid later, you might not get paid, or you may have to bribe someone to get paid what's rightfully yours. So when you actually started working and doing business in Kenya, what is it that hit you the hardest about how money is earned and paid, Kimani?
The hardest part about it is the lag, the lag between the time when work is completed and when you get paid. That lag is excruciating. I knew a guy who did some construction work in somewhere in East Africa, and the guy had to go to the world courts of business in order to recover or get paid for the work he did. The construction is done. Now, leading up to that job, he had to lease equipment, which had to be paid for, pending being paid for the construction work. Then, when that process takes 20 years, this guy said, man, he was a laughing stock. Guys thought he'd lost it, was dead broke. People he owed a lot of money. But that lag, surviving that lag between when you are done with the work you were doing versus when you get paid, that's the biggest hurdle, man. That's a killer. That's a killer.
Okay,
There's
so
nothing that prepares you for that.
so you're talking about the lag, but you say that sometimes you might get paid,
Yeah,
and sometimes sometimes that lag may become indefinite.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So now, did you or how common is this? Like, because there's a lot of the comments, people are saying that we are amplifying a
Mm,
failure story.
mm,
So would you say that is this maybe a situation where ulioshwa too, like it was your situation,
mm.
or is this, like the
The
normal
norm, yeah.
way of doing things in Kenya? Because these are things that we are trying to
Mm.
also understand.
Unpack, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Kimani.
I I would say that I don't know how many people will tell you in Kenya that they do work and they were paid in 3 months. The lag is there across the board. Lawyers, doctors, Alan will tell you. You do work and the insurance company takes 9 months to 12 months, 18 months. You follow up and you go and have to part with some of the payment that you are anticipating to get with the CFO of the insurance company. It's a reality. Let's not sugarcoat this. It's a reality that a lot of people will tell you is something you expect. And the reason why I thought when you asked during the call last time is it realistic that people have two, three, four, five sources of income? The two, three, four, five sources of income are the ones that hold things together because of the lag. The lag will be there. Surviving the lag is the two, three, four, five sources of income. You live somewhere in Tigoni or at River, you're on half an acre or whatever. There's some vegetables and some chickens and some whatever, and you've got another matatu somewhere. Or those things are the ones that hold you together. But the lag is there. It's universal. I don't know anyone who gets paid on time, but that's my experience, and that's a lot of common ground. The other thing I wanted to mention was, we talk about success stories and otherwise. I don't see my experience as not having a success story because you would have to know what my metric was or my metric is for success for you to know whether I was successful or not.
Yeah.
And when it came down to going home, I had to look at it in three ways. I had always wanted to work in Kenya, and whether that's to earn a living or to give back, it's neither here nor there. But I really wanted to work in Kenya. I wanted to have that experience. I had never experienced that ever since leaving high school. So I left high school and very quickly came to the States. So that work, I just thought that I have learned so much, I have seen so much that there's something I can add value in the local economy. So that was goal number one. Goal number two was I wanted the kids to experience Africa. I've always thought that the difference between us and other people, and us meaning immigrants, I think the reason why we as a group are a lot more successful than others in America is we have experiences from Africa that either humbled us or made us appreciate very little things. Um, as old as I am, I think I have owned two pairs of Air Jordans, which were on sale somewhere, discounted badly. I think both of them were right foot or something. But that was never something that was a goal for me or something that would break me. So I always thought if the kids could experience some of that and bring that with them, their ability to survive and interact and overcome would be that much greater. And then the third factor for me was it was at a time when my wife wanted to take part in the care of her folks. And so those three pillars for me, in any dimension of whatever, were success. I hate the word failure. So to me, there was no failure. I could rather put it this way. The successes for me personally, especially from a work perspective, were not as robust as I would have wanted. But definitely, I would never give that up ever. I had the best time ever, and that experience chanured me big time. When I came back, I was laser focused. No more, senior executive, financial services industry, and just cool running. Nowadays, I have got antennas all over the place. It's like compound eyes because in Kenya, you have to factor a lot of different things. What if this ends? What is my option B? And so that's how I think Kenya helped me out. When I came back, I was just very quick to analyze and look at opportunities and pounce on them.
Okay, all right. That's quite telling, and that's quite unexpected from a lot of the people who were attacking you and and calling you a failure. You did 5 years in Kenya, like that. That is, there's very few of us in the diaspora who've lived here 20 plus years who can actually claim that or say that, because then there comes to that other metric of what is success, and success could mean different things for
different people.
for different people.